They say the sky belongs to no one, that it's a free space, a limitless expanse where anything is possible. But if that were true, why does it feel like only a handful of companies get to decide what flies and what doesn't? This isn't just a battle of Boeing versus Airbus. It's bigger than that. This is a game of power, influence, and control, where the real players aren't always the ones with their names on the aircraft. Now let's start where everyone else stops. Boeing and Airbus. The two giants. The supposed kings of the sky. We all know the story. Airbus shakes up the market with fuel-efficient planes. Boeing rushes to compete, and they keep one-upping each other like two stubborn siblings fighting over the family business. But here's what they don't tell you. These two companies aren't actually competing the way you think. Sure, they fight over orders, customers, and innovation, but they also need each other. Take a look at their supply chains. Boeing and Airbus rely on a lot of the same manufacturers. A problem at one supplier can cripple both companies. And their biggest customers, airlines and governments, know this. They exploit it, negotiating deals by playing the two against each other, knowing neither one can afford to lose too much ground. And then there's the shadow player, China. China isn't just making planes anymore. They are making a system. The C919 isn't just an aircraft, it's a political statement. It's China telling the world, we don't need Airbus or Boeing. And if you think that doesn't matter, remember this. China is Boeing's biggest customer. China is Airbus's biggest growth market. If China really wanted to, it could disrupt the entire industry overnight. But it won't. Not yet. Because the real goal isn't to beat Boeing and Airbus. It's to replace them as the world's dominant aircraft supplier. But let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about who builds the planes. It's about who controls the air. Have you ever thought about who actually decides where planes can fly? Who sets the rules for airspace? Who grants landing rights? It's not Boeing. It's not Airbus. It's not even the airlines. It's governments. And they are not just playing defense. Take the US, for example. American aviation regulators are some of the most powerful players in this game. If they don't certify a new aircraft, it doesn't matter how good it is, it won't fly. When Boeing struggled with the 737 MAX crisis, it wasn't Airbus that nearly destroyed them. It was regulators grounding the fleet. And then there's Europe. Airbus thrives not just because it makes great planes, but because the European Union backs it at every turn. Subsidies, political deals, regulatory influence. Airbus has a government in its corner in a way Boeing can only dream of. And what about the Middle East? The region that's quietly rewriting the rules of global aviation. Look at airlines like Emirates, Qatar Airways, and Etihad. These aren't just airlines, they are national strategies. Governments in the Middle East use aviation to project power, to influence economies, to make sure their cities, Dubai, Doha, Abu Dhabi, become the global crossroads of air travels. But while all of this is happening, there's something else creeping up. Something that could change everything forever. The future of aviation isn't just about who builds the planes. It's about who controls the technology inside them. Boeing and Airbus still design aircraft the old way, with cockpits built for pilots. But the new players, they don't care about that. They are building planes that fly themselves. And the moment a fully autonomous plane proves itself safer, cheaper, and more reliable than a human piloted one, the entire power structure of aviation collapses. Airlines won't need traditional manufacturers, governments won't need to train as many pilots, and the companies controlling AI aviation software, Google, Microsoft, Chinese tech firms, will suddenly be more powerful than Boeing and Airbus combined. So, let's step back and ask the real question. When we say who controls the skies, do we mean Boeing and Airbus, or do we mean the invisible forces shaping the industry from behind the scenes? Because if you really look closely, the answer might not be what you expected. Now, here's where you come in. Drop a comment. Who do you think is the real power behind aviation? Is it the manufacturers, the regulators, the governments, or is it the future of flight heading somewhere none of us are ready for? And if you want more deep dives into the secrets of aviation, make sure to subscribe to Flight Realities on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. So until next time.